AllBall TV.
They scared, but I'm not.
They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.
There is a free agent out there. We're very familiar with the Detroit Pistons. He became a free agent yesterday. James Wiseman. The Pistons will soon renounce James Wiseman, making him an unrestricted free agent. Instead of giving Wiseman a one-year qualifying offer, the Detroit prefers to clear more cap space. The former number 2 overall pick will be an intriguing buy low option on the veterans minimum market.
Give me Drummond over this kid. I don't want this kid.
I was going to ask about Drummond too, because Drummond is I think we know what he is in the NBA.
Yes.
And Wiseman just can't find his way. So AllBall, what? Because it sounds like you're enthusiastic about it, just like I am, or at least curious about it.
I'm gonna say this. I'm almost there with Flea. But a guy like Wiseman right now, he's probably desperate. This is his last hoorah. He's a 7-footer. If he can transform his game to maybe just being a rebounding shot blocker, and we could get him for the super low minimum, I say go for it. He's a big body. He's young, and like I said, we need rebounding, and we need at least, if you're not a great shot blocker, to contest some shots. We don't need you to dribble. We don't need you to shoot threes. We don't need you to do anything. We really need a big body. I'm being honest, Flea. If we could get him to the point where the money don't hurt us, and worst case scenario, we could just drop him and waive him if it doesn't work. I don't see no problem with that if we have a major talk with him where he's willing to transform his game to become like a low-budget Joakim Noah, where it's like, yo, bro, just rebound, be a little tough, and defend and contest some shots. We don't need you to do nothing else. If he could become a high level at that for the low, then I wouldn't mind taking a shot at him, because at this point, I think this is it for him.
I wanted you to hear this before you responded, because it might, we gotta throw a pebble at Flea real quick. Bing. So this is the last. When you have this many years of experience, you get this much money. I think Wiseman is in his 5th or 6th year, because Wiseman came out with LaMelo.
Yeah, LaMelo
and Halliburton and Obi. So this is probably his 5th or 6th year, let's say. So he make between, let's say, 2.3, 2.5 million, right? Because the NBA doesn't want teams to avoid signing veteran players in favor of cheaper, younger players, the league reimburses clubs who sign veterans with 3 or more years of experience to 1-year minimum salary contracts. Those deals will only count against the cap and against the team's bank balance for the $2 million minimum salary for a player with 2 years of experience. For instance, Patrick Beverley, who has 11 years of experience, will reportedly sign a 1-year minimum salary contract with the Sixers this year, who will only be charged $2,019,706 for Beverley's contract. He'll earn $3.1 million, but the NBA will make up the difference. This only applies to 1-year contracts, not to multi-year deals. So that's major. That is, I didn't even know that till I just read that. So Flea, if let's say the Knicks sign Wiseman to $2.5 million and only paying $1.5 because the league is reimbursing that, and then Sims moves out of the rotation somehow, you're replacing Sims with him, and under Thibodeau's watch.
Right. So obviously Tibbs is the big whisperer, right? Like Tibbs is the big whisperer. So he, you know what I'm saying? So this guy gets with these bigs and they play out of their mind. We thought Nerlens Noel figured out how to play basketball when he got with Tom Thibodeau, right? So okay, like if y'all about to sell me on Wiseman, cool. All right, I'll roll. I'll roll. If we're talking about, can he come off the bench and actually show a pulse over Jericho Sims? Absolutely. Go out there and just look alive. Cool. I'll roll. I'll roll. If it doesn't hit us hard, in terms of dollars, I just thought that kid always thought he was better than what he really is.
Not rightfully so.
No. I saw nothing from him.
I never seen it either.
I never saw anything from him. Even coming out of Memphis, like Penny had his hands on this kid before this kid even hit the NBA. And I even asked, I got some people out there in Memphis, and I even asked them like, what the hell does Penny see in this kid? Because this kid is like decent, but NBA prospect, a number 2 overall pick. We talking about number 2. Go look at number 2 overall picks. Kevin Durant was number 2 overall pick. Like, think about number 2 overall picks. Like, this kid hasn't shown anything. I'm surprised he still has a job. So that's why I'm not high on him. But if you're talking about what we're doing right now, all right.
But Flea, I'm not high on him neither, right? But
Uh-huh.
remember, we Knicks fans, man, and we talk all the time.
Yep.
And what do we always stress? We need big bodies. And I think a guy like that to kind of secure if Mitchell Robinson goes down, things of that nature. I don't see him being as bad as Jericho Sims, like I said, and I think Tom Thibodeau can actually transform this kid's game to where it's like, let's get out your mind that you're going to be an offensive skill player. Let's try to keep you in the league. You're 7 foot, you're young, you're athletic. Let's help you defend. Let's help you block some shots, and let's help you be a distraction and contest some shots. I think guys like that don't come a dime a dozen in the league. And look at all the guys now in the league, the young guys that's between 6'10" and 7 foot, how they're just prospering in the league. So I think under Tom Thibodeau's watch, and especially for that cheap price, I don't think it hurts us. It only can help us. And if it doesn't work, we could just waive him and let him go, or just sit him on the bench and don't play him. But we definitely need some big bodies. I like the Drummond as well. I'm sorry, you could go. I like the Drummond as well, but to be honest, I wouldn't mind trying to get both of them. Like, I'm just being for real. Why not load up?
I could roll with that. Why can't Wiseman aspire to be a Nicky Claxton?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Why can't he aspire to be that? And I'm not jumping out the window for Nicky, but Nicky he plays well, right? He does his job. He's worked himself into a $25 million contract, right?
Exactly.
I mean, making $25 million a year. So I love it. Listen, my brothers, I gotta jump out. Baby Flea's turning 10 years old today.
Oh wow!
So, man.
Happy birthday! Happy birthday!
So I am locked in on that. That's my baby girl. So y'all know how crazy I am about my daughter. So that is what I'll be doing today.
Nice.
I appreciate y'all so much, and I wanted to leave y'all with this, and I'll sit back and I'll listen if y'all spend a couple minutes on it. Yesterday, there was a sneaky trade that was made between the Washington Wizards and the Portland Trailblazers.
Right.
Portland sent Brogdon a few picks over to Washington. Washington sent Portland Denny and something else. Not sure. But my point is, we loading up. We don't want to go grab Brogdon to be a backup point guard now.
I've been saying that.
We don't want to do that now.
But hold on, Fleet.
How do you trade that? Make that trade.
Listen, I don't know. I didn't get into the minutia of that, but I just saw the dude. Dude was gonna be no. RP. They let me go home to see my baby's birthday. Jesus Christ.
Bo was with us yesterday because Flea had his. They seen him with the suit with the button up. They were like, "Yo, where's Flea going? To court?" Not to work. Couldn't be work.
The chat is legendary, man. I love the chat, man.
Yo, man. I'm gonna jump out and listen to my brothers, man. I appreciate y'all, man.
Happy birthday once again, man. Baby Flea, baby, 10 years old.
Yeah, I thank y'all so much, man. Love y'all, man. Talk to y'all soon.
Happy birthday to Baby Flea. A decade is crazy.
Yeah, man. Listen, the Brogdon thing. Listen, the only way I think that can happen, Brogdon probably got to, pull I don't want to play here, get waived. But are we going to keep Burks? I'm being honest. Burks might have played himself into staying with us with what he did in the playoffs for that short stint against Indiana. I mean, what are we doing with Burks?
I don't think we're keeping him. I think he's signed with Clutch Sports.
Oh, you get him out of here. Get him out of here. Yeah. We don't want no Clutch Sports clients with the New York Knicks. Pack them up.
Yeah, so I think that's good. That's wrapped up out of here. I did want to just finish up with the James Wiseman thing. Who's his agent? His agent he's with XL Basketball, Will. And to your point, Tibbs is the center whisperer. I'm trying to look up some quotes if Tom Thibodeau has ever spoken on James Wiseman. They thought he could be like Chris Bosh, because Tibbs he just won't answer the question if you ask him about a player, or he might be nice about it, but that's why he's the center whisperer, and why, like, he's the guy. Forget about how he can develop under Tibbs. The first thing is he a Tibbs guy? Does he have what it takes to even be a part of the NBA? This is 46% of the players polled did not want to be. They will not want Tom Thibodeau as a coach. We know why. You're practicing. The guys who love to practice and get better, they don't mind it. So James Wiseman, do you mind it? Number one, Tibbs is going to sniff that out, and he will call you out in the media, in front of everybody. So if you're not built for it, Tibbs is the perfect coach to be like, yo, he ain't got it like that. And just off that contract, that situation alone, that's a major loophole in the game. I think they got to take advantage of that, AllBall.
Listen, literally when I seen the Wiseman news, I automatically said we need to go grab him. Wiseman needs to look at what Tom Thibodeau did with Hartenstein. Why Wiseman can't turn exactly into Hartenstein? Left-handed, athletic, same thing. And I think Wiseman will look for a shot more than Hartenstein. Not saying he's going to be better than Hartenstein, but when he's in that paint, he probably will actually put it up. Listen, we can get him for the low. That's another big body. Like I said, you can't teach 7 foot. And all we would need for him to do is rebound and kick the ball out. We cannot continue to have Josh Hart getting all the offensive rebounds. No, we need big bodies. Like I said, I would love Drummond, but Drummond is not going to come as cheap as Wiseman. I'm sorry. It has to make sense. So for me, I think Wiseman, whoever's the agent, they got to be having those talks saying, like, listen, bro, this is it. If you don't make a splash wherever you go, you might be overseas after this. No knock on that, but, so I think just imagine him with New York and people seeing what's going on in New York and you becoming a part of that. You'll become a fan favorite and just do your job. Listen, we don't need you to do nothing on the offense. Of course, if you at the basket, put it up. But remember, he could be rim running, getting them alley-oops. But like I said, we need another guy that's down there. God forbid, we know Mitchell Robinson can't stay healthy. We're not saying he's going to replace Mitchell or do what Mitch does, but he's still 7 foot. He still know how to rebound. He still can get up there and block a shot. So I think that's a blessing in disguise, man. I hope we go for it. I really do, because I literally was thinking the same thing.
And mostly because Andre Drummond it's another guy. If that's the case, and we sign him for the veterans minimum, regardless if it's for $6 million, that hit won't be either or. That's a good problem to have. Either Andre Drummond or this project. Like, we don't see Andre Drummond leaping over Mitchell Robinson, but we do see him filling in for Mitchell Robinson, especially for this season. That's $5.5 million we got to spend on Hartenstein, some of the Hartenstein contract, and either Drummond. And I think Andre Wiseman is just you just want to keep everyone on their toes too. You want to be able to have that's more of a movie script role thing, but I just want to give it our best shot. And to have a kid like that, he was a number 2 pick for a reason. I did think when they drafted him, I guess I saw all the highlights, and I'm like, yo, who is this guy? The Golden State Warriors got him. So I guess I was bamboozled by those highlights, but I think it's a great problem to have, either him or a veteran like Andre Drummond, who we know what he brings to the game.
Well, that was the one mistake that Golden State Warriors made. I don't want to turn this into, because this is Knicks Rehab, but I remember the GM saying that they're light years ahead, and they're one of the smartest, and they didn't pick the best player in that draft, which was LaMelo Ball. So, I don't know what they seen in James Wiseman, but my thing is, in life, sometimes what you're doing, if it doesn't work, you got to switch it up. And right now, the way he plays basketball, it doesn't work for him. So he may have to switch it up. And like I said, it's nothing to just, like I said, become a Joakim Noah. Be strong, be tough, mentally, physically, rile a team up, get the key rebounds, the big rebounds.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Man, listen. We want to throw everything into a loophole on whatever news is out there. Want to see what fits, because for me, and we'll leave it with this, I don't think you wait to win the championship to make the decisions of a championship roster. It didn't matter to me that the Patriots won back-to-back Super Bowls 20 years ago. Regardless if you win back-to-back, whether you didn't win or you did win, I think you still have to make championship moves. Look at the Boston Celtics. They've been contending for the finals for the last 7 years. They added Porzingis. They didn't stop. They've been trying to add players, plug in, plug this guy out. So I think it's only right for us to speculate on especially in the Tibbs lineup. But I think any one of these big men AllBall, all for grabs. With Tibbs, all right, y'all hate me so bad, but I'm the one who got these guys who you never even thought of with these contracts. That all means
you can hear me.
Yep.
You can hear me. Yeah, but see, for me, I just think Tibbs get a bad rap because he's in New York. It's comical how they say he run guys down when it's like he only has 6, 7, maybe 8 guys to play. He wasn't running guys down when you had a full roster. You telling me he got 10 guys, 9 guys, he's running guys into the ground? No. He did what he had to do. It's just simple and plain. And with the big man situation, we need big bodies. We need big bodies. And like I said, if Mitchell Robinson wasn't injury prone, then this wouldn't be a thought. But knowing that Mitch is injury prone, knowing that we may lose Hartenstein, we got to do what we got to do. And if we can get these guys to where it doesn't hurt us financially, listen, it's a no-brainer. And I really think Thibodeau can make James Wiseman into a solid NBA player. Because, what's never going to go away is rebounding in defense and toughness. Why do you think Draymond Green is still in the league? It's come on. So if Wiseman can go somewhere, hopefully our Knicks, but if he can go somewhere, I root for all these men, these young men and women, pause. But if he can go somewhere and average double-digit rebounds or come off the bench and be a spark defensively, he could be able to get him a contract. Like I said, look at Hartenstein. Hartenstein was lost. Nobody thought he would have this effect on the Knicks, on the NBA. Now he's about to get the biggest payday of his life. So you can't tell me guys can't pull off a 2 Chainz, the greatest second comeback of all time. Tell me a bigger comeback than 2 Chainz. You get,
is that Tom 2 Chainz Thibodeau?
Come on, man. You get what I'm saying?
AllBall TV. They scared, but I'm not. They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.